in the first place. So that articulation requires a lot of brainstorming. Mobs cannot do justice on crafting demands. Mobs have their way of dealing with situation. You need intellectuals like them, give them the due respect to be able to at least come out with issues. And once those issues are articulated, these issues have to be communicated to the other community. The other communities at this stage, they don't know exactly what you're asking for. There are insecurities on all the aspects. You should understand their insecurities, they should understand your insecurities, and try to find a common ground. That out of a list of 6 things, we can perhaps work on 3 of those things. So that is perhaps a smart approach of dealing with the problems that are there. Otherwise, I can tell you today, Kuki people have insecurities about Meitei community. Similarly, my brethren on the Meitei side will say that we have deep issues with Naga coming to a solution. But there is no articulation. So everything will be lost in this massive amount of colossal confusion that carries on and on and on. Because we have never had discussions, honest to hard discussions around what does a community want in order to address some of the insecurities that the community has. When I came in and the government was formed in 2017 under the leadership of Shri M. Biren Singh Ji, the first task that I was given was, because of the MLR Act, the protest that happened in Churachandpur, there were dead bodies in the mall, lying there for more than 600 days. I don't know if people still remember that event. There were several bodies in the morgue in Churachandpur, and our job was to convince the community leaders that let past be past, let us move forward. Let there be promise in our future. And that future is a collective future, there is no sectarian future. And we were able to give respectful burial to the dead bodies that were lying there for 600 plus days. And then the community moved forward, everybody embraced each other. For past 5 years in the first regime, we can say it was not a full majority government, it was a minority government working, taking support of Nagas, Kukis, everybody together. For 5 years, there was no single lathi charge also anywhere. The state was moving at a double-digit economic growth. I know in the COVID times, I was reaching out to people, Meitei communities and Kuki communities living here in Delhi, and everybody was eager of going back to the state. They're like, we don't want to live in Delhi anymore. We are having so much economic opportunities in my state. Why should I, waste my entrepreneurial ability in Delhi or in Bangalore, etc. I used to be very happy because of that. I can tell you, within a span of, in 2017 when I went there, eating joints were limited. You couldn't find food after 6-7 p.m. because all the shops were shut. But fast forward till 2022-23, there were hundreds of restaurants run by young people like yourselves. I can tell you the number of GST collections from the state were rising. We were getting investments in strategic sectors into the state. But because of this problem, everything has come to an unimaginable stop, wherein I don't foresee people having the confidence of being able to collect whatever is left behind and move forward. That is the complete erosion of economic confidence among the society. For trade to happen, there has to be trust. Trust is an embedded underlying nutrition which allows economic activities to grow. But without that, how will you even do that? Do you have a roadmap that today, whoever are the Kuki brethren who were part of the economic activities together, working alongside you in a competitive setup, will they ever be able to come back to the valley? Or will the Meitei people, I used to interact with a lot of politicians, and they used to say that in their lifetimes they have never been to Ukhrul. In their lifetimes they have never been to area beyond Churachandpur Valley. The reason was that there was hardly any economic activity which was trying to establish new ways of reaching out to different communities, forming new relationships with them which were largely economic in nature. None. So everybody was living in their silos, not understanding what the other person wants, what is the other person's aspirations. But among this distrust, we started sowing seeds of trust. That resulted in a lot of economic activity between places. There were highways built, roads were being built. Look at till More, the road between Nepal to More, fascinating four laning of that highway. We all did it because we realized that there is so much amount of trade that you can do, not just within India, but also between Myanmar. And right now, the most unfortunate field that I feel really bad about is that the same highway is being used for smuggling in weapons from across the border. You know, we used to fight with the Ministry of Roadways, the North Ministry, to make that highway, to make a proper four-lane highway, because that is going to be the part of this trilateral junction all the way into Thailand. That was the aspiration with which we were working. But today, just now, India Today carried a very depressing news that thousands and thousands of arms are being smuggled through that same route. And my worry is, and all senior people are here, they will be able to echo this. The principal problem is that it is no longer a cookie-making problem. There are foreign actors who have jumped into this crisis. Now they have made it an India problem. And what do you do in a protracted problem like this? It is no longer, I'm telling you, even if you take steps, my worry is there are